Right guys, we're going to start this video here. We're on Second Road. Look at the traffic chaos, roadworks everywhere. Today's video, let me just say the last few days, a lot of you know we've been busy back and forward to the hospital with Ed Sweeney. We're going to go there today and we're going to show you where he's staying. I wasn't going to film this, but Ed has insisted that I make a video about it. He's a bit incapacitated at the moment for doing things like that because he's lost the use of his arm. He can, like with Messenger, he can click a thumbs up with his left hand, but he's lost the use of his right hand. Anyway, we might have some good news today. The reason why we're here on Second Road, we're at the bottom of soy honey. A lot of you would have heard in the news, and we heard about it months ago, that they were going to make soy bacao one way. And at the time when they said that, I thought, well, that's a good idea. However, they should really make soy Diana one way and soy honey another one way. I stopped using soy honey. You just get stuck up there all the time. It's ridiculous. There's only enough room for single file traffic, but there's always double coming. So it just ends up chaos, especially if you've got a delivery truck. Anyway, they're doing that today. They are setting it up. There's the police here on the corner here telling people. So today is the first day of it. So remember, if you're coming from Soy Lenki, you can go straight over Soy Diana and come straight down to Second Road. You're not going to be able to turn from Soy Bacao, turn into Soy Honey. You can only turn in from Second Road and go up that way. So basically, you've got like one ways like this. I think it's a really good idea. Let's see if it works. Then, in a moment, we're going to get a taxi up to see Ed Sweeney, up to Sriracha. I'll explain why we put him up to Sriracha in a bit. It's about a 40-minute travel in a car, so it's not a quick travel, but it's a very good hospital. So that's it. Let's get a taxi. Let's go see Mr. Ed Sweeney, and hopefully today they're moving him out of ICU, but we'll find out when we get there. We've just arrived into Sriracha and we've had a bit of a problem sort of getting here today, and that's because, I don't know, it's because it's raining in Pattaya, but they seem to be charging double the price for taxis. Normally it's around about 280, 300, I'll give 350, 400. But we managed to get one for just under 400 baht. Doing this twice a day, you can run up car. Now, although I'm not a cheap Charlie, we are all cheap Charlies, as in we like to get a deal. You know, we always want to get a deal. We don't want to overpay for anything. And it's going to take some time for you, so this is going to be a long drawn out thing. Now, the hospital just phoned me and they want to see me. It's about moving Ed, but this comes with some stipulations as well, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. We're nearly here. So this is it, NDTVi Hospital. Now, it is one of the best hospitals in Thailand. I think it's in the top 3 to 5. And it's in Sriracha. It's 40 minutes from Pattaya, depending on the traffic, say 30 minutes. And we've been coming here every day. But apart from the first day when we came with Ed, and we got on the taxi with him, we've come on the motorbike. The problem is, it's done my back end, my lower back, and my ass. Last night when we were going home, I had to say to Dan, we need to, can you stop? And call me a bolt, because I couldn't stand it anymore. And I've been up all half the night. So now I'm having to use taxis to get here. I don't mind, coming up on the bike, save some money, but it's just hurting me too much. I can't ride on bikes. Short distances are fine, but a long way, I can't do it. So let's go inside. They need a word with me, and I don't know what they want to talk to me about. I think I might know, which is a bit of odd, because I think they're going to move him, and they want somebody. They're going to put him in a private room, but they want somebody to stay with him 24/7. And obviously I can't do that because I'm backward and forward all the time. But anyway, let's go and see what they want to say, what they want. NDTVi Hospital. Right guys, we've just been in there. I've just been seeing the doctor and the nurse. We've got some good news and some bad news. Right, the good news is the insurance are going to cover him. And that is just, I thought they would do, because they wouldn't keep him in this intensive care unit with all this care if the hospital weren't confident enough. So that's really good news. Now the other side is, that they wanted to move into a private room. The problem is moving into a private room. I don't know whether it's some kind of law in Thailand or something, but he needs somebody to stay with him. So that means me, Dan, or somebody else gonna have to round the clock and stay with him 24 hours a day. Now, I said have the insurance covered this, and they've said, yeah, they're covering everything. And they're covering him for 3 meals a day. He's not really eating at the moment. He's only eating some crap that Dan keeps taking him, that is it, and some chocolate milk. And the doctors have said, oh, this is bad for you. But it's just what he can eat at the moment, you know, he just gets something down him. So what they're gonna do now is, they wanted to move him, and they're gonna give him 7 days to see. It seems to be working, but they wanna give it 7 more days. Now, after 7 days, they're gonna fly him to the UK. He's gonna need special assistance, but the insurance want to take him back to the UK. That means he's either going to go to the airport, Sriracha, and they're going to pay for his flight, by the way, which is going to cost a lot of money because he's going to have special assistance. They're either going to fly him by helicopter to Sriracha airport, or take him by ambulance with doctors and everything. So this is going to be in 7 days' time. If he's not improved any, then he has to stay here. So that's kind of good news and bad news in a way. But the good news is the insurance are going to cover this. Now, this room per night is costing probably, it's 80,000 baht just for the room. And then you've got the doctors, the nurses, and everything they give him. So it's coming up to over 100,000 baht a night, probably 120,000 baht a night. You're probably looking at 3,000 baht a night to stay in this. Now, they've just asked me about the room, the private room, and I've said, look, if the insurance are covering it, just keep him in intensive care. And he's happy in intensive care because he's got plenty of nurses around him. I'm smirking here, I'm laughing a bit because we've just left the room because the physio team come in. And he was saying the other day, a couple of hot girls came in here. And there was 2 guys coming there just going, right, sir, we're going to do your physio now. And I was like, me and Dan laughed at me about, we'll see you in half an hour, Ed. But I'm kind of happy about this situation at the moment, but let's just hope he improves more so he can fly back, because it is going to be a longer road to recovery on this. It's not, you know, a week or 2 weeks in hospital. It could be months and months. So fingers crossed, he's going to improve a bit and improve in the next 7 days enough so he can fly back to the UK with special assistance. So I think that's good news. But now what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of an interview of him after his physio. Now, by the way, guys, he has told us to do this. You know, he's told us to do this. He wants people to know what, you know, how he's doing. He can't make videos himself. He can't type, apart from left-handed, because his right arm's not working. So we're going to go in here. We're going to go to Starbucks. There is actually a Starbucks in here. And then we will go back and get a few words off Ed. So, yeah, flying back to the UK. The insurance have covered it. So this is very important, guys. Please, please, please get insurance and get the correct insurance. Right, so this is inside the hospital, and we're currently in, I think it's at SMP. There is a Starbucks. It's all on pain. There's loads of health food. So this is actually inside the hospital. It's like a shopping centre inside the hospital. It's huge. There's summit of edge. There's many different kind of wards, wings to it, should we say, buildings. I always think it's important, guys, if you do get sick in Thailand, use a good hospital. I'm not so sure about many of them in Pattaya. This one, a lot of the Japanese come here, so it must be good. So I think it's important that you do some research. I mean, hospitals will do for different types of things. If you've got an heart problem, they'll be doing another hospital for that. But there is some really good hospitals, and some probably better than the UK, to be fair. But there's also a lot of crap ones. So just bear that in mind if you do need to go to the hospital. Have a research, and even if it means travelling outside of Pattaya like we've done, it is far better for you. It's far better. You know, your health is your wealth. It's the most important thing. So we're back with Ed. Ed, how was your physio then with you guys?
It was okay. They try and be positive.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was two nurses. Today it was.
That's what we were giggling at.
Yeah. Okay. He's very, very positive and cheerful and everything. But you know, you can tell when he goes out. You know, he kind of grimaces at the nurse. You know, like he's a lost cause here.
You know, the thing is with the physio, they've got to keep doing it every day because you're lying down constantly.
Yeah.
You're going to get a bad back. You're going to get sore bed sores, and so they've got to keep doing physio every single day.
Yeah.
So right now, Ed, the news is that you're going to be flying back to the UK. The insurance, I mean, I'm going to kind of disagree a bit with you with the insurance because I think this hospital is good enough.
Yeah.
I think, and there is some good hospitals in Thailand.
Yeah.
But obviously with it being a UK insurance, they're always concerned and they're like, right, we'll get it, because you're under their care now, we'll get him back to the UK. Now, Ed, they might be flying you to the hospital and to the airport in a helicopter.
Whatever. Hopefully it's not the same helicopter that Iranian fellow was in.
Oh, yeah.
No,
keep that one quiet.
I couldn't resist that one. Hopefully it's not that kind of a helicopter. I've never been in a helicopter in my life. So
well, I'm not saying they are, but what will happen is you're here for 7 days. Now, I've told him that keep him in here because they want to put him in a private room. But if he goes in a private room, it means one of us are going to have to stay 24/7. So I've said you might as well, if the insurance are paying, keep him in here because then he's got round-the-clock care. We can come, and we will come every day, but 24/7. And I spoke to your mate Andy and try and get a few people, see if we can watch him round the clock. Yeah. But considering the insurance are covering, you might as well stay in here.
Yeah, I'm quite happy in here. Yeah, you know, now that I've got my laptop and I've got Netflix and you know, and it's you know, I can do other things on the internet. I'm comfortable here. I'm comfortable. I can easily do another week here.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to.
Yeah, I can easily do another.
Because the plan is what they want to do is they want to. I think there's been a little slight improvement. Yeah. That must be because they said they were going to move you, but they want to see how much. If there's enough improvement in the next 7 days, they're going to fly him back to the UK. Now, there's going to be. They told us there'll be a doctor and a nurse going to the airport with you, putting you on the plane.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. It depends on how bad you are, or you know, if I think of it was now, they actually send a doctor with you as well.
Yeah.
So, and I'm presuming that when he gets back to the UK, he'll be straight into care because obviously you can't send him home like this.
Yeah.
So I think it's the right result, Ed.
Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, right now it's you know, it's not looking. I mean, assuming like the insurance, there's no reason because it's not a pre-existing condition. It's you know, I'm just glad that I've got insurance.
Yeah.
Because I would have been mad.
So it's very important for everybody, you know, and it's not just insurance; it's the correct insurance as well.
Yeah.
A lot of these, you know, I've seen them before. I've had them myself, because you just want insurance. Paid £11 from the post office. Yeah. I know yours is different than that.
Yeah.
And these insurances can be a bit dodgy, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I used to have an annual insurance. I paid, I think, £100 a year. That was quite a few years ago. And I used to have that for every year, but I don't know how good that will be. Insurance now, particularly if you come and live here, you want the proper insurance, which is, I mean, the first year, you know, anybody coming out here, I think for the first 2 years, you can have like a backpackers and mature students insurance, which is the one I took. Yeah. I never had to use it, so I don't know what it was like. Yeah. But Ed, you know, this would have drained your bank account.
Absolutely. And then some. I opted for the post office insurance because everyone recommended that the post office was good, reliable. I've got 12 months. You know, 12 months, and I've declared everything. I've declared high blood pressure. I declared that I take statins. So what's happened in my brain is not a pre-existing condition. So they've got the post office hasn't had a good reputation in recent times. Scandals there.
But they've done good on this one.
Yeah. Well, you know, so that's it basically.
I mean, we're looking at Ed's blood pressure now. When he first came in the other day, he was about 196 or something like that. Over about 115, and now he is 146 over 84. That's still a little bit high, but it's far better than it was. Yeah,
well, it's far better. I mean, you know, I'd say that for an old person, that's fairly normal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's encouraging that, because if I ever get out of all of this alive, I'll make sure that I have my blood pressure checked. regularly. You know, I'll make sure, I'll make extra effort to you know, eat and drink proper.
Yeah.
And to keep that
blood
pressure down.
You mean 10 pints a day instead of 20?
No, I went for the whole 9 months of the booze.
Yeah, I know you did last year. Yeah.
You know,
I think a lot of the blood pressure though is probably with a lot of people weight.
Yeah.
And you're losing weight now, so if you get your weight down to about 85 kilos or something like that, 80 kilos, you'll be sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll keep your blood pressure down.
Yeah, that'll keep. Yeah, absolutely. So,
so what do you think about going back home?
Oh,
you weren't that bothered, were you really?
It's going on to a bland existence back in England. You know, I mean, the problem is, I mean, where I live, Devon, it's good. It's beautiful scenery, but it's bland.
Yeah.
You know, it's bland. It's got no character. You know, even the people have got no character.
I think this one will be probably, it could be 6 months or to a year before you're fully recovered on this one, because you've got to rebuild this up with physio.
Yeah.
I don't think, like you say, it's probably not going to be as bad as a stroke, but you're probably better off going back there because it's going to take time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, I was thinking at first a month, but I think it's going to be a lot longer than a month.
Yeah. So I can go back.
I think when you get back, you'll be admitted straight to hospital. Yeah. And they'll be waiting for you at the other end, probably an ambulance, and get you into an hospital there. Anyway, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to I'll keep you updated. I'll come see Ed every day until he gets off in his helicopter.
Looking forward to that. Let's hope it's not to say, you know, the Iranian president style, you know.
Right.
What a week to pick a helicopter.
Yeah. I think they have them on the roof, don't they? You know, they've probably got about 2 or 3 helicopters here. Yeah. It's a big place. It's a really good hospital, this.
Yeah.
Definitely worth being covered properly and coming to a good hospital. So that's it, guys. Ed is going to be flown back to the UK. Now, we've just been in here for like an hour, but there's people keep coming in, you know, nurses and physio, and now they want to give him a bed bath. I told him to give him a shave and clean his hair, which they haven't been doing. And he's going to be staying in ICU. Considering that the insurance are going to pay, I said keep him in there. He's better off in there. He likes it in there. Look, he's jovial. He's very jovial, but with it being something on the brain, I think, you know, something could happen at any time now. So he needs that 24-hour care. And we'll see. 7 days time, they're going to fly him back to the UK. And I just asked him, you know, I said maybe he'd probably be better off here. And he's like, probably, but you know what? If he's going to be a long recovery, I might as well go back home and where I've got some friends, I can have a bit of company. But he's itching to get back out here already. He's not even back again. He kind of doesn't want to go back, but he understands that he needs to get his health in order. Anyway, guys, that's an update on Ed Sweeney. We'll be coming here every day. He'll be getting back to the UK in about a week's time, if it goes down a bit, if he's okay. If not, they'll probably transfer him to one of the better hospitals for actual brain surgery. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, and let's hope he gets back home okay. Guys, thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.